Adwoa Agyemang. I describe myself as the super connector. I know lots of people in different parts of the world, so if you need anything done, come and see me, and I'm sure I can call somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. I'm the founder of Ghanaian Londoners, which is a network that we promote and link people to opportunities in business, investment, networking, and insight. This evening, too, I'm standing here as an author, launching my book. It came about because I did my relocation about 10 years ago. I moved to Ghana. And before I moved to Ghana, I was going to Ghana quite often. And I was going to Ghana in different capacities. Let me just quickly go through some of the chapters just to give you an idea. So chapter 1 talks about taking a career break and traveling. Best, if you can afford it, save up some money, take a career break, go out to Ghana, test drive Ghana, live like a local, and see how it goes for you, right? Then later on, you can come and regroup and finally decide when your exit strategy is. Chapter 2 talks about gaining experience and living and working in Ghana as a volunteer. Chapter 3 talks about internship being an effective route to take. Chapter 4 talks about starting a business, being a viable opportunity. Chapter 5 talks about investing. I think investing is one of the easiest ways. Chapter 6 talks about applying for jobs, and it talks about being strategic. Chapter 7, which is the 7th way to practical way, looks at exploring consulting opportunity. Chapter 8 talks about using your holidays wisely. Chapter 9 talks about staying in touch online and offline. And then chapter 10 talks about creating your own path, becoming a digital nomad. In the book as well, you get some space, you get a brainstorming space, there's lots of doses of inspiration, there's lots of action point for you to just take action now. There's lots of tips to kind of really ginger you. So yeah, I mean, if I say so myself, I think it's a fantastic book. To make it really interactive, we would like to know who else is in the room. And we normally do a 60 seconds pitch.
And we work to support entrepreneurs and SMEs across the African continent, including the diaspora. So we work with companies like Access Bank, foundations like MasterCard Foundation, to basically, train, support, provide services to agribusinesses, creative industry businesses, and digital businesses. So our core is really social innovation and gender.
The reason I was here is basically I'm trying to launch a milling business for rice. I believe it's something that we need, and it's something whereby most of Africa needs some sort of food, and the price of things are going through the roof. So my thing right now is to try and move back and start up a milling business. So.
Community developer, I enjoy being with people. My main aim is to see that children grow in nice places and also people invest in agro businesses. So I am from Afram Plains in the Eastern region. Those of you know Ghana, we live at the best places. We live around the biggest man-made lake in the world, and we also have the most arable land in Ghana. So if you have a business to go into agriculture, sing one.
I got the ebook and read it and decided to just write a review. And at the time, I didn't even know or foresee that I would be called upon to give a review. So I would just read what I wrote, very short. So as someone who is passionate about migration and development and have followed trends since 2006, I couldn't agree more with the practical steps proposed in the book. This will benefit people who are ready to relocate and are willing to take practical steps towards their relocation process. It will also help those thinking about making the journey to the motherland to explore opportunities to give back. Need I say more? Get a copy if you haven't yet had it, and gift someone with a copy.
To have actually seen the advanced copy of the book to read. But for me, the book came a little bit too late for me because I attempted relocation to Ghana back in 2006. And if I had copy of this book, I think I would have stayed. Because some of my colleagues or some of my friends that went with me at the time stayed on. We all went into to employment, recruited here, got to Ghana. I wasn't prepared, put it that way. I didn't have a copy of the book. I had no clue, I just went for the job. And I lasted.
Going to Ghana is a good thing, but you need to know how to go into Ghana. If you haven't been schooled about our society, the norms, the culture, the mores, you might get a shock if you get into Ghana. And if you look at the image of the December to remember kind of environment, and you think that that is Ghana, you would also have a shock. Ghana is an admix of everything. The good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. So I need to say that we may have our own challenges, we may have whatever it is, but Ghana is a good place.
What we have seen in the African communities is that when somebody passes on, when somebody died, majority of the time, it's either we go begging people. So all these things is going on. And one day I was interviewed by one of these social media bloggers, and then the person said to me that somebody died, but unfortunately the person doesn't have Nkrata. I'm sorry for those.
But what I want to do is add value to my fellow Ghanaian men and women out there. What's the value? What's the difference between OAPay and Tap Tap and World Remit? What's the difference? The difference is I'm giving my people most competitive rates, the highest rates, and I'm not charging them any hidden fees. I'm not charging them any transfer fees. What else am I adding to them? I'm showing to them that an African woman can also get into that space. What's the difference between... Thank you. And a lot of people say, why do you want to get into that industry? Well, why do you shop in Asda? Why do you shop in Sainsbury's? Why do you shop in Marks and Spencer? They offer the same thing, food, right? But they're all there to provide a service. And I want to be part of that market. And why not me? And the reason I'm here is to challenge my fellow Ghanaians to support me, support One Africa, support OAPay, to go global, just like Tap Tap, just like World Remit, just like
when you travel. If you have plans to go back, always network. And I just, you know what, I wish I had that book like everybody has said. I was reading and just smiling to myself and say, I've essentially done that over 14 years. You know, I could have short-circuited quite a bit if that book was available when I decided I wanted to move back home. And funnily enough, because I was born in Ghana, I had this mindset that I should integrate, but I spent the better 3 years in boarding school, so essentially left home just before I was 16. And had this mindset that I should be able to integrate back really quickly because that's where I grew up. But the reality is when you spend most of your adult life in a different country, different environment, you need to go back, like Papa said, listen, ask the locals how things are done. I used to get up thinking 9 o'clock, I'm going to leave home and go, and then I'll get stuck in traffic. And then I had to learn that, yes, I was getting frustrated and emotionally was kind of losing it. But, you know, when I started talking to my friends who have lived there, my best friend had moved back from New Zealand for 6 years, you know, and she used to share some of the joys, the lows, the highs with me. And I thought, well,
one thing I do want to say is living in Ghana and being on holiday in Ghana is two completely different things. My first experience of Ghana, in terms of my earliest memory, was going there as a kid when I was in the year 2000. I had one of the most amazing times of my life. I can even remember it to this day. And then when I actually moved in 2001, 2 days in, Mum, I want to move back. I want to move back to London. This is not working for me. I was on my scooter. I was 11, 12 years old. Mum, I want to go back. This is not current for me. She said, no, son, you got to stay. And then, of course, the rest is history. I ended up living there for 3 years and I moved back to the UK. But yeah.
Al Jazeera. It's a very troubling and worrying news. Hearing about the appreciation of So if you're moving to Ghana, and we're going to assume that you're moving to the UK, every single crisis presents opportunities. Yeah. So if you're coming from the UK, you have an advantage. Your currency goes with them. All of the services and products that you're going to need to put your business together are on sale. They're on discount. It's literally cheaper to start a business now. And I was in Ghana, actually moved to Ghana from the States during it.
I'm Tracy Abiola, the CEO of OAPay. I'm here at the Move to Ghana, hosted by Adwoa. It's a wonderful, wonderful event, and the book is awesome. If you need the knowledge, come and buy the book.
Congratulations, Adwoa, on your book launch. Continue doing the lovely job of, informing people and networking and being a super connector, because I feel connected. Thank you.
The event was amazing. To have people that have actually relocated back to Ghana to share their experiences and their expertise. For the likes of us that are thinking of relocating, we've had so many doubts as to the way things run. So if we're able to connect with people who have already made that journey, then it makes things much easier. So kudos to Adwoa and the team. And more importantly, about her book. I've had the privilege of reading the book. I interviewed her, and I would recommend it to any individual, not just Ghanaians, non-Ghanaians, who are also looking to make that move. So well done to Adwoa. Congratulations.
This has been one of the eye-openers, getting people from all walks of life to come and join in. Move to Ghana is something that everybody needs, and finally, there is something that somebody can pick up and read on. So it's been an amazing program. Coming over here, I've met different type of people, business people. Networking has been one of the biggest things. So please, whenever you see this program or hear about it, get yourself around there, because we're moving to Ghana in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely was worth all the time. This is definitely an amazing roadmap for anybody looking forward to essentially integrating themselves into Ghana, because it's important to understand that there are different challenges that they will face. But this essentially is going to help you navigate that. Adwoa has done an amazing job. Kudos to her, kudos to the whole team, and we're looking forward to see what the future brings.
It's a wonderful book, required reading for anybody interested in moving to Ghana. It's a wonderful night. Met up with a lot of old friends and made some new ones. Your events are fantastic. We love Ghana Londoner community. Thanks for everything you do for the wider country and for the community.
I'm proud of Adwoa, the book. This will have been taken by even the Ghana government. But being as a private person, start with this is a very, very, very good move. I congratulate her. He has to move on. He has to move on. Move on, move on, move on.
It's been a really, really good evening. Brilliant event. I'm really, really happy I came. I'm so happy to see so many people here supporting the movement, and I would recommend that everyone gets this book. It's almost like a Bible to move into Ghana, and it's only £10. I mean, it's a bargain. I think they should sell it for more, by the way. But it's really, really brilliant event, and well done to Adwoa Agyemang for putting this together. Brilliant. Thank you very much.